Here is another physics problem. It's kind of like an Atwood machine, half Atwood machine, but it's tilted. So it's got like a half Atwood machine with a twist. So we have a block on a frictionless inclined surface, and then there's a string attached to it, and it goes over to a pulley hanging with a mass down there. So this 450 gram mass, 320 gram mass, angle of 34 degrees. And the question is, what's the magnitude of the acceleration, and which way does it go? Does it accelerate up or down the incline? Let's get to it. So you know the first thing that you want to think about, okay, I'm trying to find the acceleration. And I know these masses, let's call that M1. M1 is 0.45 kilograms. M2 is 0.32 kilograms. I've converted. And then G is 9.8 newtons per kilogram. So this, since we're looking for acceleration, we need to use Newton's second law. We can't use the work energy principle. I mean, there's a way that you could get that to work, but it's really convoluted, so let's just use Newton's second law. When we talk about Newton's second law, we need to draw a force diagram. But here we have two objects, we need to have two force diagrams. So let's start off with this object right here. That one's pretty easy. Here's my mass. I have the gravitational force, M2G pulling down, and then I have a tension. I'll put it like that. I don't know. I know that it's going to accelerate, so I know these two are not equal. Okay, but I don't know which way, and that does matter. So let's call this the y direction and that the x. And let's go ahead and write down Newton's second law here. So we have Newton's second law in the x direction, but there's no forces in the x direction. So there's no point in creating Newton's second law in the x direction. It's just 0 equals 0. What's fun about that? Nothing. Okay, but we can write this in the y direction. So in the y direction, I can say F net in the y direction is going to be equal to the tension T, and then the gravitational force is in the negative y direction, so negative M2G. And I need to pick. I'm going to pick that it's accelerating down. I don't know that that's right, but I'm going to pick it. So I'm going to say this is equal to negative M2A. So it has an acceleration of A in the negative direction. We know we're talking about vectors. We have to find components of vectors, and that's in the negative y direction. Now, I don't know the tension. I don't know A. Now let's jump over here and draw a force diagram for this object. So here's my object. And what forces are acting on it? I have the gravitational force, M1G. Why is my hand still there? I have the tension pulling in the direction of the string. And then I have a normal force, and it's this way. Remember, the normal force is perpendicular to the surface, normal. Now, if I assumed that this is going to accelerate down, then this would have to accelerate that way, right? Otherwise, the string would break. Now here we have a very important decision to make that really there's only one thing that you can do. We need to pick our coordinate system for this mass. We need to pick what direction is the x and y direction. There's no wrong answer, but there's a much easier answer. What you want to do is to pick a coordinate system so that the acceleration is either in the x direction or the y direction. That way you don't have to deal with components of acceleration. So if that's the case, I can pick this as my x direction, and that is my y direction. So doing that, you notice it accelerates in the x direction, and the acceleration in the y direction is 0. So that's going to make my Newton's second laws much easier, much easier. Now, one of the tricks of inclined planes that you should get used to is that if the plane is inclined at some angle theta, then this gravitational force, which is down, also makes an angle of theta with the normal right there. And you can do the geometry for that if you want and see that it's true, but it is indeed true. So with that in mind, I can write down my Newton's second law. Let's write down the y equation, even though it doesn't matter too much. So I have F net in the y direction is going to be equal to the normal force. It's all in the y direction, in the positive y direction. Now here, this is my y component of the gravitational force. This is my x component of the gravitational force. And they do make a right triangle. So this hypotenuse has a value mg, m1g, and the vertical component would be the adjacent side. So it's going to be equal to minus m1g cosine theta. And we said it's not accelerating, so that's mass times acceleration, so it's 0. Now I could use that to find the normal force. I just don't care here. It doesn't matter. But I wrote it down just for fun. Now we can do the x direction. F net x is going to be equal to the tension. Notice that the tension's all in the x direction. And then I have that horizontal component of the gravitational force. It's the opposite side of this triangle. So sine is opposite of our hypotenuse. So this is going to be equal to minus m1g sine theta. And theta is 34 degrees. And that's going to be equal to m1 times acceleration, and I assumed it was accelerating that way in the positive direction. Okay, so now I have two equations. That one, let's put this one in a different color, purple. I have three, but I don't really care about that one. So I have two equations and two things I really care about. I want to know the tension and the acceleration. Tension, acceleration. So at this point, we have an algebra problem. We have a two equation, two unknown problem that we can solve for. So how do you do that? Well, let's just solve this one for t. That seems reasonable. So I can add m2g to both sides. T is m2g minus m2a. Now I can substitute that in down here for that t. So I get m2g minus m2a, that's that t, minus m1g sine theta equals m1a. Now I have one equation, one unknown. And I can solve that for a. So I'm going to add this to both sides. m2g minus m1g sine theta is going to be equal to m1a plus m2a, which is equal to m1 plus m2a. I can factor out the a. Now I can divide both sides by m1 plus m2. So I get a is m2g minus m1g sine theta over m1 plus m2. Let's find out if we chose correctly. If we picked the acceleration wrong, it's fine. We're just going to get a negative value. Okay, but let's just go ahead and put our numbers in. So m2 was 0.32 times 9.8. I'm going to run out of room, aren't I? Yep. Let's put it over here. A equals 0.32 times 9.8 minus 0.45, that's that mass right there, times 9.8 times sine of 34, all of that divided by 0.32 plus 0.45. I'll stand right here so you can see it. Calculator time. 0.32, enter. 9.8 times 0.45, enter. 9.8 times. Make sure your calculator is in degrees mode. 34 sine times minus. So this is less than that. So I do get a positive number. I chose correctly or wisely. Okay. 0.32 enter 0.45 plus divided by, and I get 0.87. The end. That was fun, right? So again, I mean, I got that number mostly from luck and intuition, but it doesn't really matter. If I had picked the wrong direction, I'd just get a negative number and I would say, oh, it was wrong and it's accelerating up. No big deal. The end.